What's up, nerds? We're your hosts. I am Chad.
And I am Jake. This is our weekly podcast where we explore the world of nerd from TV, movies, games, comics, news, and books.
We will give you our opinions, theories, and oftentimes spoilers.
We will also have friends and experts as guests on the show to elaborate further on those topics.
But be prepared. We like to have a few drinks, so buckle up.
If you want to support our show, like, share, and subscribe wherever you enjoy your podcasts.
You can also become a premium subscriber over at buymeacoffee.com/allthingsnerd.
So let's get into it. This is the All Things Nerd podcast.
Nerd.
Welcome, nerds, to the All Things Nerd podcast, your weekly dive into all things nerd. Chad, I hope you had a good week. And with that, let's jump into our first topic. But first, cheers.
So good. And again, before we jump into our first topic, just want to plug our buymeacoffee.com/allthingsnerd. For our listeners and fans, if you want to become a premium subscriber, head on over to www.buymeacoffee.com/allthingsnerd. There you get some behind the scenes, first announcements, things like that. Also, we have a new segment that we're doing just for our premium subscribers for our pre-show warm-up, where we have some drinks and talk about other topics that are nerdy, but they just don't really fit into usually what we talk about on this show. So this week we did part 2 of our talk on aliens and the cosmos. Well, this week we focused on the cosmos. So go subscribe, check it out. Now let's get into our first topic.
All right, so we are going to talk about House of the Dragon Season 2, Episode 3. And before we get into it, as always, spoiler alert. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. Tune back in later. We'll give it that's enough time.
Yes.
Man, this is one of my... I was looking forward to this show, with the end of the first season. Been looking forward to this show for 2 fucking years. Damn it. But yeah, it is not letting us down. It's super good. We start out the episode with what's his name? Sorry, I got the hiccups. The kid from season 1, he was he was like a little kid, and he was her
Yeah, he was asking for her hand.
Yeah, he was a suitor for Rhaenyra, and she shot him down because he was like a little boy.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
But they show him something the bloody. His name is like something the bloody.
Yeah. I'm looking. Keep telling your story about it though.
Well, anyways, yeah, it shows him, and he's very grown up now. For one, well, not very grown up. He's still like a young adult, but
Davos Blackwood.
Yeah, Blackwood the Bloody. That's it. Yeah. And he is very much on Rhaenyra's side, which is dope because if you've read the books, which I have not, but I've read about the books and stuff like that, after Rhaenyra doesn't survive,
meets
sorry,
her
everybody.
Well, they talk about it in like season 2 or 3 of Game of Thrones.
All of the houses, like House Stark, Cregan Stark, and what was his name?
Davos Blackwood.
Blackwood the Bloody. Yeah, they pull together and they defeat Alicent's army. So it's a pretty big thing right now that they show that, and that he is very vocal about Rhaenyra is the ruler of the Seven Kingdoms, not you. or Alicent or whatever, like
Yeah.
fuck's his name, Aegon.
Aegon's the one on the throne, yes.
Yeah, and he's like, fuck that guy. He's not supposed to be king or whatever. It's supposed to be Rhaenyra. And they almost get in a fight about it. It was great. That was
They
a
don't
really
almost get in a fight about it. They do fight.
no. He like pushes him down, and the dude bitches out.
You don't see the battle, but then it cuts to a scene, and there are dozens of bloodied bodies in that same field.
But that I don't think that was that dude, was it?
I don't think that he dies, no. But
No.
all of those people, because they're wearing the same colors and stuff like that, like the men that were around those two
Yeah,
that
but
were
those
beefing.
are that's different. Those are like adults that like had that war. These were like children. These are like, you know, like I said, young adults that aren't in the war
Right.
arguing about it. They don't. Those kids aren't killing each other yet.
Right.
But they're showing where their allegiances lie, which is sweet to see that that kid is still on Rhaenyra's side, like no matter what. He's like, I
Yeah.
got you. Yeah. So, and he's a big part of the future of
Yeah.
Rhaenyra's, whatever you want to call it, reign or whatever.
Army.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I thought that was a really strong way to start the episode. That was cool.
It was. And like in I mean they did it in the first season of House of Dragon plus in countless seasons of Game of Thrones where some of these early episodes, they'll have a few minutes of high intensity and the rest is just like building tension.
Mm-hmm.
And the show really does it. I mean, all the way up till the very end of the episode where Rhaenyra, keeps talking to her council, being like, if I can just speak with Alicent, she'll see reason. She knows that this is not right. Let our friendship be the thing that ends this war before it gets out of hand.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Rhaenyra was wrong. It does not work that way.
Alicent sucks. Dude.
She's the worst. Dude.
She's like the Lacey of the show.
Buddy.
What? Nobody listen. No, nobody that would get that reference knows
Okay.
or listens to this show. We're good. We're good.
We'll see. Hopefully.
I stand by what I said.
Oh, I do too.
Thanks.
But I just wasn't going to be the one to say it.
Yeah, Alicent is just dumb
Yeah.
in every way possible. Ugh,
Just,
hot but dumb.
yeah. So arrogant. Yeah, I'm trying to remember some of the big things that happened in the middle of the episode. My favorite one being Rhaenyra sends her niece, stepdaughter, same person, Bela, to go and fly reconnaissance on the back of her dragon.
The blonde blue eyes. They like a little family on family action.
Yes.
That's in real life too.
Yep. But she basically tells Bela, take your dragon, fly, gather information, but stay out of sight, stay in the air. And the first time she sees Sir Kristen Buttface, she's like, I'm gonna kill that dude. And swoops down on her dragon. Her dragon's like a foot and a half off the ground, just hovering, chasing them into the
Chasing it.
woods.
Yeah.
It's like, that dragons also breathe fire while they fly, so you could have just, I don't know, thrown a little Dracarys in there and
Yeah.
gotten rid of that dude. But, no. I guess
They also
not.
introduced Alicent's brother in this episode, and he's kind of a twat. Not as big of a twat as, isn't it her brother?
Do they introduce him or just talk about him? I don't remember.
No, he's the dude that like
Oh, Sir Gawain.
that Sir Kristen like bitches out, and he's like, "We're not staying at any inns."
Yeah.
That's her brother. Yeah,
Yeah. Gawain.
yeah. Hmm.
How many episodes? Could have sworn maybe he was just referenced in season 1, but
Yeah. But Sir Kristen Cole has continued to just be the worst character. Love the actor; he's doing a great job.
yeah,
We're not that kind of fan, but the character sucks a lot.
yeah. People
I
need to
want to
stop
see.
talking shit about Fabian
Yeah, don't
Frankel
hate
and
the
Ewan
actor.
Mitchell and
If they play the character good, then they're doing their fucking job. Like, fucking stop.
and it means that the writing for the character was done well, which
Yeah.
is
And that
never
the
a bad thing.
actor is doing a good job of portraying that.
Yeah.
I want to, I want the return of the old guy with the goatee. I'm waiting for that. The guy who quits. I just pulled it up. Hold on. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Where'd you go?
Graham McTavish?
Yeah, Graham
Graham
McTavish, Sir Harold West. So Sir Harold. What the fuck is your name on the show? Sir Harold. Oh, I'm so annoyed with myself right now.
You just said it, Sir Harold West or whatever.
Yeah, but there was like a dot after it, so I didn't know if there was more to the name.
Oh, I see.
Whatever. Anyways, that guy. He basically
Westerling.
West. Okay, yeah. So last season, they basically were like, "We're gonna kill Rhaenyra," and he was like, "No." And they were like, "You are hand of the king, or you're, a knight of whatever." And he goes, "Psh, "I only answer to the king, the true king, and I'm not fucking taking orders from anybody here, including your dipshit son." And he fucking leaves. I think he's gonna make a comeback in a really big way on Rhaenyra's side.
Well, he's slotted for 13 episodes so far that he's credited in, and the first season was only 10, so
Yeah.
let's
So,
fucking go. Also,
I'm waiting
Graham
for that.
McTavish is the shit. He's
Yeah.
in so much stuff.
Yeah.
And then,
Anyways, sorry. That's all I wanted to say. I'm waiting for him to come back because
Yeah.
I like his character. He's the one who told Sir Kristen, he's like, the rats in the dungeons have more honor than you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fucking love this dude. I want him to come back so bad.
It was almost like foreshadowing, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was a rad character.
I think he's coming back this season. I just don't know when.
Yeah.
Or at least I want him to come back this season. I also wonder what the time jump is going to be. I know there's going to be a huge. I don't know how many seasons this show is supposed to go or what it's slated to go, but there's going to be another time jump somewhere because the buildup of this show sets up Rhaenyra's kids. It's not even about Princess Rhaenyra.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it is right now, but it's all about Aegon the second,
Yep.
which is her youngest son becoming king.
Oh, Rhaenyra's youngest.
Youngest.
Viserys the second.
Viserys is like, yeah.
Yeah.
So he will become king eventually,
Yeah.
and that's what this show leads up to.
Aegon the second is Alicent's son, who is currently king. That's
Oh, yeah, he's a twat.
yeah.
I kind of felt
he's
bad
a
for him.
Joffrey.
I felt bad for him like an episode ago, and then now I'm just like back on the like, oh fuck this dude.
Yeah.
A lot of cock in this episode.
One of them was a fucking tripod of a cock too.
The fucking kickstand. Yeah.
Good God. Yeah. I don't know how to move forward from that statement.
Well, one of the big things about this episode, not that cock, is uh, Damon and where he
Hmm.
goes, and he encounters the witch, Lady something Silver.
Yeah, because doesn't he goes to Harrenhal?
This is her name. Something Silver. Last name Silver. We suck at this. God damn it.
But Damon goes to Harrenhal.
Yeah.
Uh, to
And they surrender to him immediately. And they're like,
yeah,
"Yeah, we don't want to fight." Blah blah blah. And there's this
the Lord of Harrenhal just wanted to eat his fucking dinner. He's like,
yeah.
yeah, sit down,
But
eat with me.
then so there's like this witchy little chick in the background, and later on she basically tells Damon, because he starts having like hallucinations of Millie Alcock coming back.
Yeah,
Love you, babe. Um, we're together. Nobody knows, but we are. And and this witch basically tells him like, "You're gonna die here," and that is a reference to. And spoiler alert, we should have started with that. Spoiler alert
we did
again.
so many times.
Th- this is where Damon and Aegon fight, and or not Aegon, Damon and
Amen.
Aemon. Jesus, all their names are so similar. It makes me so
And
mad.
they repeat names.
Yeah, but this is where they fight and kill each other above the something's eye. It's not God's eye. Is it God's eye? No, it's not God's eye. Something eye, whatever.
Something. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
but
not taking the time to look that up.
So she like foretold his death, and she's like, "You're gonna die here," and he's just like, "Yeah, whatever," you know. But
I think
that is
he
where
took
he
a little
dies.
bit of weight to that because he was already kind of freaked out from
Yeah.
hallucinating and seeing young Rhaenyra sewing the head back on.
Oh, Millie.
Supergirl, you know? She can be the woman of my tomorrow. Sorry. Not sorry. I stand by that. She's beautiful. And then this episode ends with Rhaenyra sneaking into the Red Keep. Or into at least King's Landing and then going to the Great Scepter. Great Septa. Septon? Whatever. The church. Eugene. To find Allison and try and talk to her.
Because she's convinced after she finally read Alice. I'll let you go from here. Sorry. She finally read Allison's letter. And Allison basically is like, "I'm so sorry that this happened. Blah blah blah. Like, you're my friend, but bullshit, 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 bullshit." All this no. Anyways, and so Rhaenyra is like, "Okay, this is still my friend. I want to go talk to her based on what I read from this letter." And then she gets there and
Yeah, and they start talking. They start arguing over who has the rightful claim. And then Alicent tells Rhaenyra that her father's last words were that Aegon is the one to save us all. He is the prince that is promised. And Rhaenyra is like, "Oh, you silly dumb bitch. He told you about Aegon the Conqueror's dream?" And Alicent's like, "What?"
quit.
And that's how it ends. Alicent just
Well, no,
like
Alicent tells her what it is, or Rhaenyra tells Alicent what it is.
well, she doesn't mention the. She just asks like, "Oh, he told you about the Song of Fire and Ice," but she doesn't like divulge all the details
Yes,
of what it means.
yeah, she does. She says it was a story that my dad used to tell me when I was a child.
Oh, right, but not like in the way of, oh, it's a vision that he had of like this great war that's coming against evil.
Oh, I think maybe me and you have different interpretations of what happened. I think that because he did say that, right?
Yeah,
So Allison took it as he was saying
her son Aegon.
her son, but in reality, he was just quoting a story that he used to tell Rhaenyra on his like deathbed, and
Yeah.
Rhaenyra is like, "This is a made up story," and then Allison was like, "A story? Like what? Like what story?" And she's like, "It's a story that my dad used to tell me when I was a kid about
Aegon the Conqueror.
Aegon the Conqueror. It's not real. It's a
Yeah.
made up story." And that's when Allison was like,
Oh
"I'm a
shit.
fucking dumbass."
But I'm gonna double down.
But I'm gonna run with it. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, well, Rhaenyra knows the details of the Song of Fire and Ice from Aegon.
Mhm.
Fun fact: Aegon, the Promised Prince, is Jon Snow, but nothing came of that. Thanks a lot, DB Vice
Yeah.
and your other producer. But yes, we. I was struggling to explain it. We had the same understanding.
Okay.
I was just
Okay.
smelling
I
burnt
thought you
toast.
thought that Allison I thought that you thought that she was right, and I was like, no, dumb dumb. That's
No,
no.
no, she is definitely not right. She is very wrong.
It was a story.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
but
you can
of a
see it
prophecy, but it's not about that Aegon.
exactly, and you can see it on her face when she realizes that, oh my God,
I did all
I
this,
am
and now so
I did
many
a
children are dead.
bad thing. Yeah. And then
I should
that's when
stop
she kind
sleeping
of
with
like
my
doubles
bodyguard.
down and yeah. So, I mean the show. I mean, I don't want to. Whatever. We keep talking about it. I think those are the big points. But fuck, man, the show is
Yeah,
my favorite show on TV right now. Well, it's up there. It's up there.
I mean,
Favorite TV, favorite show on running on TV right now.
yeah,
Definitely. Yeah.
it's close to The Boys, which we'll talk about in a little bit.
Did you come up with a?
Yes,
Oh, okay, cool.
but I mean, this show is awesome. It's it doesn't. This is what we expected for later seasons of Game of Thrones because this is how early seasons of Game of Thrones was.
Hmm. Slow political building.
Yeah.
If I were to describe it in 3 words, apparently.
And then one word to describe the cast is hot.
Who are you talking about in particular, Chad?
Well,
Yes.
Alicent. I feel so. Olivia Cook, sorry. Um, Depending on the way that they're styled, I think Emma
Emma.
Darcy is very attractive.
I think they are so fine
Mhm.
um
I
in this role.
yes,
Does
one
that mean to say? I in
well,
their like day-to-day life,
objectively they're very
not really my
attractive.
thing.
Just
Yeah.
their style is not something that I'm particularly
But
attracted to, but
as Rhaenyra,
just
holy fuck,
goes
dude.
to show that they are
Yeah.
a gorgeous individual.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm,
Matt
mm-hmm,
Smith. Matt Smith is a good-looking dude. Minus the
He's getting.
he just doesn't have
Oh,
eyebrows. It's
I
weird.
was like, he's got no eyebrows.
But for some, it works for him.
I like Matt Smith. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not hooked to him.
He's he's the doctor. Well, he's a doctor.
Was
Was the doctor. David Tennant will always be the doctor. I don't care.
I think. I think. They're all very attractive people. Is it Ewan Mitchell who plays Aemond?
Yeah,
He's a good looking dude.
yeah.
A little more cock than I wanted to see in this episode, but
But also for how scrawny he is, like thin, that dude is ripped, toned.
I would have said the opposite. I was like, dude, that kid is so skinny. Like, how would he ever beat Damon in a fight? There's no way. There's no way. Damon would just be like,
But sometimes speed beats size.
no, he's watery, as Reese Ifans would say. Also in the show. Anyways, I'm done. We gotta go.
Okay,
At
well,
least away from this topic.
then move on to the other topic that I
Are
tried
we
to
doing that right now?
tried to lay you up for, but
Did you? Oh, hot. I get it. You fucking douchebag.
uh,
Oh man. All right. Our first sponsor is Crybaby Craig's hot sauce. It's a pickled habanero and garlic hot sauce that goes on practically anything. Listen up. We'll tell you more about it.
hey, you nerds, do you love spice? Supporting small businesses? What about enhancing the flavor of your favorite foods? If you said yes to any of those, our good friends over at Crybaby Craig's have the perfect solution for you. Crybaby Craig's is a pickled habanero and garlic hot sauce that goes perfectly with your favorite foods, adding the perfect amount of spice and enhancing the flavor of everything it touches. Started in Minneapolis by Craig back in 2012, Crybaby Craig's has become a Minneapolis and Minnesota staple in the sauce world. So head over to crybabycraigs.com and order yours today. All right, friends, it is time for Trivial Nerd Suit. This week's question is for Jake. It is provided by me, yours truly, Chad. Long name, I know. If you'd like to submit a question to try and stump one of us, please reach out to us on our website over at www.allthingsnerdpod.com. Use our contact form, and then in the message, just say who the question is for. We do have a third party that reads all of our contact forms, so if it's something that, in this case, that way we can't cheat. Again, that's www.allthingsnerdpod.com. Use the contact form. If you can stump us, there will be giveaways. This week's question, just as a thematic cue, is horror movie based for Jake. Are you ready?
Ready?
Okay. I'm sending it over now so you can read it
That's right.
as I read it.
Oh, hold on. Let me open it up here. Didn't open. Oh, there it goes. Okay.
Okay. So this horror movie icon has been known as the lead Cenobite, among other names. First appearing in the novella The Hellhound Heart by Clive Barker, has gone on to appear in 7 movies spanning from 1987 to 2022. The character's original name was Elliot Spencer before being transformed into a demonic creature that gets its titular name by their appearance. Who is this character, and what movie horror franchise do they come from?
I'm gonna reread it real quick,
Okay.
and then
And let me know if you need the hint.
I might. Hold on. Let me reread it. Clive Baker. Clive Baker. 7 movies. $1987 though. That's like its first appearance
First movie appearance.
was in 1987. Huh. Okay, I want the hint.
You referenced the franchise during our pre-show when you talked about Event Horizon.
Oh shit. Candyman?
No.
No? Event Horizon? Sam Neill? Those are the only two people I referenced in.
When you talked about what they from the events of the movie Event Horizon going through the black hole.
What? I didn't. I just talked about hell.
You
Devil.
mentioned do you give up then?
Yeah.
You mentioned
I can't win that.
Hellraiser and Pinhead.
Oh man, I should have. That pisses me off because I even said it was like a Hellraiser.
Yeah, that
Damn, and you prepared that question before we.
yeah, and when you said that my face
Oh
dropped and I was like,
man,
fuck, he's going to get this question.
I didn't. No, I didn't. I didn't realize that movie was 1987. That's wild.
Well, according to Wikipedia.
I mean, that makes sense. I watched that when I was
Yeah,
a kid with my
1987.
paja. Don't tell my mom. Sorry, mom. Actually, I'm not sorry. Yell at my dad. Damn it. That's a good one. That was a really good question.
I am shooketh on the fact that I was
I
able to
should have got it because when the new one came out in 2022, I made Nicole watch it with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was fucking rad. I love those movies.
I've never
I
watched them.
just it's not for you.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's fair.
Being as nice as I possibly can be about that. It's not for you. I didn't realize. I guess I just didn't know what his name was. So Elliot Spencer. Yeah, it's they're fucked up. They're fucked up. Those movies are great, but they're fucked up. Well, you got me. That's a bummer because I asked for that.
Yeah.
Um, what do you want to call it? Genre.
Yeah.
Bummer.
And
Okay.
I was
Well,
like, let's not go too obscure of like the answer. Let's do something classic that I know that you've seen. I didn't know that you watched the most recent one. I guess it's been
and
a couple
I'm
years.
fucking stupid because Lawrence Fishburne didn't play Candyman. It was.
Oh,
Oh, I'm
you're
mad
so
at myself.
pretty.
I... Yeah, that made me crabby. All right, well, you got me. You got me, partner.
Well, let's move
Oh,
on to some nerd news.
yeah.
Big one for us.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to be at Twin Cities Comic Con this fall. Details still to come as to where on that floor plan we will be. We probably won't find out until October. But
we'll
we'll
be
be
there.
there. We'll be
Get your
there.
tickets. Come say hi. We'll have a shot for you.
Yeah, we'll have some giveaways if you're into cosplay and stuff like that. Come take pictures with us. We'll post it. We'll shout you out.
Yeah.
We'll be live streaming. We'll have merch. It's gonna be a good time. We'll be there November 8th, 9th, and 10th. So every day.
Yeah.
Let's
whole weekend.
go. I'm so
It's gonna
excited.
be fun. It's gonna be fun. Get
Gonna
your
get
tickets,
rowdy.
please. Please come see us.
We're gonna get kicked out.
Probably for giving shots away to people. Uh,
Whatever are you talking about?
uh,
That
Um,
cooler has merchandise in it.
but we're gonna talk about some actual nerd news.
Yeah.
And the first thing is we know that James Gunn's Superman. We've been kind of back and forth about it for a while now.
Yeah.
New images have come out of is it Nathan Fillion?
Mhm.
And whatever I don't remember what the girl's name is.
Oh
I
my
have the
goodness.
boys pulled up on
Mercer.
my screen. I'm an idiot. Yeah. Mercad? Is it Mercad or something like that?
Yeah. Why did I say Mercer? That's a
I
character
don't know.
in the movie. Yeah.
That's yeah. But they're
Mercer.
it's what in the CW fucking costumes is going on? I love Smallville. Don't get me wrong, but that's not $1 million, like millions of dollar, like movie project that's happening. And
Isabella
these
Merced. Sorry.
costumes are trash. What is it?
Isabella Merced.
Ah, yeah. The costumes are trash. They're so it's fucking all of them. Mr. Fantastic, uh, Hawk Girl, and Green Lantern. They are wearing just leather jackets and leather pants.
Yeah, they're
It
wearing
looks
motorcycle
so
costumes.
fucking dumb. I cannot. I'm trying so hard to be like, it's James Gunn. I love James Gunn. He does really good. But I am struggling so hard right now to get behind this.
The only thing that is gives me hope.
Blah, 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 Max Lord. I know. Go ahead.
Yeah, the Maxwell Lord, Lord Tech, whatever, um, is kind of like funding, and it looks like the Justice League International, which is why there's so many heroes already existing. Um, but they look so bad, so we can
So bad.
only hope that it's not the final suits.
Yeah.
Because right now they look like they're a member of the Guardians of the Galaxy. And not
Yeah.
that that's a bad
Le
thing, but
yeah.
those suits fit the Guardians of the Galaxy. They don't fit
Leather.
Hawk Girl.
Leather.
Yeah.
Lots of leather.
It's
Like,
like,
stop, dude. Do you have like a fetish? Maybe like your wife or
probably.
something used to be a stripper. I just
Or
don't
like a
know.
zombie. Or
Yeah.
both.
Fucking A, I'm so mad about it. There is a small detail that makes me kind of happy.
Yeah.
Um, the squirrel that I sent you.
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah,
forgot
there's a
about
s-
that.
there's a squirrel on set. And this could be a member of the Green Lantern Corps. And I think if that is, we know James Gunn likes his animal characters,
Yeah.
so that kind of makes me happy. But the outfits are terrible. They're atrocious.
Yeah.
Abysmal. Give me some more unique words to say how shitty they are. Good job, Chad.
Fucking wrecked. Shit.
Not happy about it at all.
Absolute shite.
Shite.
Um,
What else about it, bud? Big one.
oh,
Good thing. Good thing.
this is a great thing. Christopher Reeve's son, Will Reeves, will be in this movie. He's going to be playing a news anchor, which is awesome because that's what he is in real life. He's I think it's ABC correspondent, which is awesome. He's literally Clark Kent in real life. Just
He's
doesn't
the
have the Superman.
son of Christopher Reeves,
Yeah.
who played Superman in the 70s and 80s.
I guess I didn't say that out loud. I just
Are-
kind of assumed that everyone knew
Just-
that.
Yeah, there's some people on here who are maybe a little younger than us who might
Yeah.
not, but
Understand how awesome that is and why.
understandable. Eugene.
But it's awesome. I think that's such a great way to show respect.
Have you seen pictures of Will Reeves?
He looks just like his dad.
He looks just like his dad. It's crazy. Cast that motherfucker as Superman. The fuck are we doing with this corn sweat guy?
I don't think he's gonna give up his steady job as a journalist that he probably
For millions
loves
of dollars. What an idiot.
Not gonna sell out. I respect it. I wouldn't do it. I would definitely take the millions of dollars, but I respect him for not.
Moving on from Superman and the trash that it could be. The
I
season
hope
3.
it's not.
I have faith that James Gunn is gonna make a good movie, but the shit that he's doing, the outfits are trash. The casting's actually pretty good, but I just don't. Man, I'm just struggling. I'm struggling. I won't get on. I won't keep going. But season 3 of The Bear is on Hulu now. I watched the first episode yesterday. Um, as always, it's emotional. It's good. Um, I love that show.
I feel so bad because I loved season 1, and I still haven't watched season 2. I feel like a bad fan.
They really dive into well, they don't dive into it, but they really show the emotion behind um oh fuck, what's the main guy's name? Jeremy Allen White's character, where they bounce back and forth between
Carmi,
like
right?
no, Carmi is his cousin, isn't it?
Oh, Carmi's cousin.
Oh no, you're right. Cousin is cousin. Carmi is. But they bounce back and forth between like showing Carmi in like school to become a chef, and then him being the asshole that he is in the show that we all know and love. And but they also show when he gets the news that his brother had killed himself.
Oh no.
Yeah, like I said, it's very emotional, but
Whoa.
yeah.
That's just in the first couple of episodes?
That's the first episode.
Oh,
I've
no.
only watched one episode of season 3.
Oh no.
Yeah. You go.
Well, first off, the first 40 minutes for a special screening of Deadpool and Wolverine was shared. And it seems like basically. What are you laughing at?
I hate you. You did it on purpose.
What?
The next topic after what you were saying.
I didn't. That's
You didn't do
That's
that?
an
Oh my God.
autocorrect. But the first 40 minutes of Deadpool and Wolverine was shown to a select few, and it basically seems like almost everything that we have seen in the trailers comes from the first part, which fantastic. That's how it should be.
Oh, sorry.
What?
You said fantastic, and I threw up
Oh.
before. Sorry. I
Wow.
was just being
I'm
dumb.
just gonna
Just being dumb.
punch myself for not catching that. But also, after the Wolverine and Sabretooth fight, supposedly he says who's next, and then the Hulk jumps down. We don't know if it's Ruffalo's Hulk.
Ed Norton.
That'd be rad.
Better Hulk. Superior Hulk. Sorry, Ruffalo, you suck.
We're gonna get
D's at being Hulk.
Eric Bana.
I'd be okay with that too. Just maybe like better
Yeah,
CGI.
make it.
You know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
instead of like watercolor Crayola markers.
Yeah. I want fucking
I'd-
Norton. Ed Norton's Hulk is the best looking Hulk ever.
I agree.
Sorry, Ruffalo. They just fucking made Ruffalo Shrek. They just turned him into Shrek. He's a big green tennis ball with a smile on his face. It pissed me off.
In the first Avengers, that Hulk didn't look as terrible. It just
The first
progressively got
Avengers-
worse.
Yes. Yeah, I will agree with that. In the first Avengers movie, even though I was not happy about it, I would say that they did a decent job, especially with like muscle tone and stuff like that. Like when he's fighting Thor and he's trying to lift Mjolnir, trying to lift Jonathan off the ground, and he just can't quite do it. And his like arms are just like fucking getting more and more ripped because he's, you know.
Yeah.
But now they've just made him this fucking the dad bod of fucking Hulk.
Yeah.
And it's so dumb. It's
Yeah.
so dumb. I can't wrap my head around why they did it, but it's the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my entire life. You could have kept his face and Mark Ruffalo, but the way that Hulk looked in, I could go on about that, but you all, everybody listening right now knows how I feel about Hulk. Edward Norton's Hulk was the best fucking Hulk. Was the story there? No. Fine, I agree with you. But the way that motherfucker looked was the best adaptation of Hulk that we've had. And now they gave us this cartoon piece of shit.
If they would have made Mark Ruffalo's Hulk even somewhere between the first Avengers and Ed Norton's Hulk, the one thing that I did really like about the first Avengers is it still resembled Mark Ruffalo's face, because
That's what I'm saying.
The
You
Ed
can
Norton
still
one didn't. But
yeah.
if they met somewhere in
Do
the middle
that.
but kept the face, I would never complain.
Do that, but the way that he looked, like the muscular, like fucking
Yeah,
appearance of him, like keep that. You guys nailed it with that. Nailed it. And then they
legal
gave us a
driving
Shrek.
limit of alcohol in the system version of fat
Yeah.
percentage, just 0.08% body fat.
So dumb. You guys fucking shit the bed on that one.
Yep,
And they've just been running with it with shitty pants
and getting
for years.
worse.
Yeah. Have you ever seen Jackass where the guy's like running with the leotard and he shits himself while he's running? That's Disney with Hulk. Good job, guys. Here, Rab himself.
You did it. now talk
But
about
any,
now talk about the
did you,
next one with my autocorrect, but do it with the autocorrect so people can
yeah.
see.
So Jason Momoa is no. Jason Momoa has been voicing the fact that he wants to play Lobo in the DC universe, the new DC universe for a long time. And he has been cast as a secret role in the DC, or at least rumors would suggest he has, in Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, starring Millie Alcock. And I'm pretty sure it's safe to say that he's playing Lobo.
Especially because it's safe to say that he safely said that he wouldn't return unless it was for that role.
Yeah. So,
But now he's returning, so it's probably for that role.
yeah.
If
Which is
not,
badass.
sold himself out.
He doesn't even have to without makeup on, he looks like Lobo. Just in his everyday life.
Yeah.
He looks like Lobo.
He wears those weird vests just as shirts all the time.
Just let the man be Lobo.
Yeah. It's the least amount of work that you'd have to do in like character makeup.
Yeah.
Don't even paint his face every single day. Just put the white dots for motion
Yeah.
capture and then just color correct that later.
Red contacts.
That's it. Oh,
fangs.
the teeth. Yeah. And then you're done.
You're done. His eyebrows are already
Pointy.
Lobo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yours was nicer. Is that just me saying pointy?
Pointy. Go ahead.
We got a trailer for a new movie coming out later this year called Bando Stone. This isn't necessarily nerdy. We don't know a lot about it, but it's Donald Glover.
It's like a sci-fi.
It's like post-apocalyptic.
Yeah, I think that's nerdy.
But what's really cool is Donald Glover is one of the main stars of it, but also Childish Gambino, his artist moniker, is doing all the music for it.
Mm-hmm.
And you sent me a song from that album that's going to be used for
Absolute
it, and
banger.
it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's so fucking good.
Well, and what's funny is that it's like a post-apocalyptic kind of situation, right?
Yeah.
But he plays a musician
Who locked himself in a studio bunker to finish his album, and the world fell apart while he was.
So he's just like a moron that's trying to survive the apocalypse. It looks interesting. It looks fun.
Yeah.
I love Donald Glover. I love Childish Gambino, and now I love Bando Stone.
I hope that's the name of the album. Is Bando Stone.
We also got news about Stranger Things. Season 5, the final season, is that every episode is going to be movie length episodes. Whether that means hour and a half to 2 hours, don't know, but at least probably I think it's safe to say an hour and a half episodes for every
Yeah.
episode.
And it's confirmed that it's 8 episodes.
Do you think Steve's gonna die? I think Steve's gonna die.
Yeah, I'm gonna be sad when it happens, but yes,
I think it needs to happen.
yeah,
Yeah.
it
He's gonna-
fully completes his entire growth of
Mm-hmm.
fuckboy,
His
to
character arc.
reluctant fuckboy. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you for
To just
describing
full on
what I was
hero.
doing. Yeah, cool,
Yeah.
awesome. Well, we got our first images.
We're sorry.
No, but in all seriousness, we did get our first images of another autocorrect. Jack Kesey, who will be playing Hellboy in Hellboy: The Crooked Man. It looks really good, but it's definitely the skinniest of Hellboys that we've gotten so far.
I have lost my faith in Hellboy for now.
Yeah,
I thought, what are you doing?
my
Oh,
camera keeps going out of focus.
I thought David Harbour was gonna save that franchise, and it was
That wasn't
bad.
good.
It was real bad. Yeah, no, it was real bad. We also got Lewis Pullman. If you know who this is, he is the son of Bill Pullman, who is the president in Independence Day. Fitting, since yesterday was Independence Day, 4th of July. But he is playing Sentry in the Thunderbolts movie.
If you don't recognize Lewis Pullman, but you saw Top Gun Maverick, he plays Bob. The worst of the call names. But-
Bob.
Super funny dude in the movie.
That's what my son says instead of dad. Bob.
Maybe that's... No, just kidding. That'd be super mean.
Oh, I've been making jokes about it. Like, who is Bob?
Okay, good.
Who is he?
Maybe he is calling for his dad.
Ah. Now with those ears.
or skin tone. You guys look a lot alike.
Other than skin tone, yeah. He'll darken up, I think. Maybe. I don't know.
Let him out in the sun. Once.
He'll burn.
Well, let's do another ad read, I guess.
You didn't get my layup? I didn't give you one.
I was like, there wasn't. Our other sponsor this week is Ray's Energy Drinks. It's an energy drink with 0 calories, 0 sugar, 0 crash. If you don't like energy drinks, I mean, that's totally fine because they have more to choose from. Protein-packed desserts, plant-based options, supplements, you name it. Listen up, learn how to save 15%. We'll be right back with you. What's up, nerds? I wanted to take a minute and talk to you about Ray's Energy, an incredible energy drink that provides max energy with 0 crash. Ray's Energy takes a giant leap of faith with instilling a high-quality formula to bring a powerful, yet sustained, energetic experience to help you push your workouts and focus to the next level. Perfect for anyone at any time, empowered by their Refresh formula technology, Ray's Energy delivers a performance-enhancing energy drink that aids in multiple different categories that include targeted focus, better recovery time, improved clean energy levels, and a boost in stamina and hydration. But most importantly, every can of Ray's Energy has absolutely 0 calories, 0 sugar, and 0 carbohydrates to give you a smarter and healthier option. So don't settle for an energy drink that contains more sugar and carbohydrates than you can count. Instead, head over to repsports.com. That's REPPSPORTS.com and use the promo code NERDPODCAST at checkout for 15% off your order. Or if you don't know what you want, go ahead and click the link that's in the description to get a $50 sample pack for free. All you do is you cover the cost of shipping. Again, make sure you use promo code NERDPODCAST at checkout to let them know that we sent you.
All right, friends, before we get into Teletubbies Season 5, we are going to talk about The Boys Season 4, Episode 6. Before we get into it, there is some sensitive content that you may not like. I imagine if you watch this show, you already know what we're talking about. If you don't watch this show and you are watching our podcast, I don't know what the fuck's going on. So let's get into it.
Well, this episode, yeah. Let's start with where one of our theories was wrong about Huey's mom.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out she's not a hallucination because Starlight is interacting with her.
Mm-hmm.
So we were wrong there. I was wrong later because I was
Go. But the other one, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, is a hallucination.
Eugene. Yeah, I was starting to doubt if he was a hallucination because Billy was also seeing his dead wife. Turns out they're both hallucinations. That was tense at the end of the episode when Billy figures it out.
I don't know how he didn't figure it out because he knows that his wife is dead.
Well, he knew that she was clearly a hallucination.
Yeah. But then Jeffrey Dean Morgan's character is like, you didn't drag me out. I died there. You know that. And he was like, oh, that's right. Shit. You got me. You know?
Yeah.
I was like, you're a dumbass.
They try and make it seem like it's plausible as to why he would have forgotten that because there's just a massive brain tumor. But also, you're right. How would he not have put that together? But then it shows him flashback scenes where he's just pouring whiskey on a table instead of into a cup because it's not actually there.
Yeah, that was cool.
And then it shows from Samir, the dude whose leg Butcher cut off, to blackmail him because that always works by dismembering. You do what I want. Yeah. Well, you have experience in that. Did that make your dog behave better?
She didn't jump on the couch anymore.
So yes, you're telling me there's a chance. But then we see it from his perspective, and he's just arguing with a wall, and looking left to right to talk to both of his hallucinations.
The sensitive content that we're talking about is Huey, in order to get into this event that is like a all soups event, they kidnap
alt-right politicians.
Yeah,
basically the Republican Party. What?
They kidnap Webweaver is the boys' version of Spider-Man. They kidnap him and take his costume. And before we get into that scene, kidnapping Webweaver itself was interesting.
Fucking hilarious and gross.
Poor MM. He always gets nasty shit on him.
Well, that's what
Pun
he gets.
Intended? Maybe? I don't.
Well, yeah, kind of.
Basically, Webweaver doesn't have the whip.
Yeah,
he has
the webs don't just come out of his wrist. They don't come out of his wrist at all.
They come out of a hole above his asshole.
Yeah, second butthole.
Is gross.
But he's also like a drug addict.
Yeah. Boof that shit.
Literally. Oh. Yeah.
Anyways. Huey steals his costume to get into this event, and Huey gets SA'd so badly.
Yeah.
In this episode. It's like a BDSM fucking all-you-can grape buffet. And... Well, you want to restart again?
No, because you're using safer words. That
Whatever, you big vagina.
Algorithms, bro. There are things that will take that shit down.
Your mom's an algorithm, and she takes down my balls every day. Sorry, Tracy. I'm just kidding.
No, she would have still been upstairs for this scene. What?
Sorry, Tracy.
Mom?
Um,
Based on Ashley's description, that could have still worked.
Poor Huey.
Dude
He
cannot
gets-
catch a break.
Dude gets like gang raped by Tech Knight, which is like the less impressive Batman of
He's the
this
world's
show.
greatest detective, but
He doesn't fight
he's
crime,
racist.
and he's a fucking weirdo, like a
Yeah.
fucking sexual deviant.
Yeah.
We know that from Gen V, that he
Yeah.
like fucks trees and shit.
And donuts, like,
Yeah.
oh my god, I completely forgot about that until you just brought it up, because then later in the episode with, everyone has the same holes. I have to make some. Explains the bagels, the tree, the donut, like, oh my god. Oh, I forgot
But-
about that.
What'd you say her name was? The chick?
Ashley.
Ashley. Oh, we get the worst fucking scene with Ashley where she's just like essaying Huey so bad
And
and just describing what she's gonna do to him, but it's like the most vulgar, nasty.
I wonder
Shit.
if this is the scene that everyone was like, we really pushed the boundaries.
Maybe there's still 2 episodes left. We don't know.
That's what terrifies me. Because, like, this, even though it was more violent in the act of it, it wasn't more, like, graphic than Herogasm. And they're like,
There was
they
there was no nudity in this scene, but there was like fluids and stuff.
and just a dude in pleather, gimp suit, ball and gag, chained to the wall, forced to watch.
He liked it.
There was because it was always kind of like alluded that Tech Knight was like the Batman esque character. They even make fun of it in the last episode. Like, this reboot of my films is gonna be more dark and gritty with a bunch of Nirvana songs and 12 minutes of pure darkness. Like, we get where they were going with it. And then before we find out that the tech cave was just a sex dungeon, like, pulls a book on a bookshelf, hidden elevator opens.
Old
He's a
school Batman.
billionaire.
That's like Adam West Batman.
Yeah. Just
Only
about.
they didn't like
It was-
slide down a pole to get there. Yeah.
Yeah. Or the statue bust, but like,
Mhm.
and you're like,
It's
oh my
funny
God,
because
are we gonna see
it's
this?
funny because Huey was like excited about it at first.
Yeah.
He's like the tech kid, you know, like hell yeah, I want to go there, you know. And he
Yeah.
gets down there and they strap them down doggy style and
Yeah, there's basically a sex version of an Olympic pommel horse. There's a flogging table. Like, oh my God.
giant dildos in the background.
Whips.
But one of the
Chains.
funniest things that happens in this episode is because Huey is wearing the costume of the boys' version of Spider-Man. There's a safe word that they give him. They're like, hey, like if this becomes too much, just say the safe word, blah blah blah. And while he's getting SA'd the half the fucking episode, he's just yelling out random shit like tarantula, spiders, you know, like just trying to guess it.
Arachnid!
Yeah. And it's at the end of it, the butler, Batman or Tech Knight's butler, which would be like Alfred basically. It tells him what the safe word is, and it's Zendaya. which is fucking hilarious.
For our listeners that might not have figured out why it was so funny, because you also had to like explain why it was so funny to me. I was like, oh, that's funny, but then you like broke it down, and I was like, that makes it so much more funny. Explain it for those that are still listening.
What do you mean?
Why Zendaya as the safe word is so funny.
Didn't I already say it?
No, you just said that it was the safe word.
Oh, well, yeah, he plays. So Huey is dressed up as the boy's version of Spider-Man. I
Yeah.
said that. I already said that.
You're right, you did. My bad.
Yeah. You're good.
Oh, thanks. I'm not. Absolutely
So-
hilarious.
The safe word being Zendaya is hilarious because Zendaya is dating Tom
MJ.
Holland, who plays Spider-Man.
Yeah.
He plays the Spider-Man.
Spoderman.
It's fucking hilarious. How they get away with this shit is beyond me. The SA scene is hilarious.
They do play it off for laughs.
Yeah, we
And we-
recorded a little bit of this before, but fucking baby ears over here made me restart.
I wanted to give enough of a warning and enough time before we figured. That's fine. Sorry. It is played off in a very funny way.
Yeah.
It's also quite gross with, like you said, fluids.
Yeah. What's her name again?
Ashley.
Ashley. Fuck. I keep wanting to call her Jessica. I had no idea why. Zero idea why. But yeah,
wonder if
she
that's her name in real
she
life.
says a series of really gross things to him. Like,
Yeah.
say it.
I don't.
Say it.
Talking about her swollen clit.
Say the actual line. You said it to me earlier.
I'm
Say it.
going to shove my swollen clit into your face. Now I can't.
Something like
It
that.
was a long.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa, buddy.
But at the end of it, she like wipes her fucking
Lady
cum
cum.
like on Kiwi's face, dude. It's so bad. Oh no. But you know what though? Here, the only thing I will say in defense of the show is that while it is gross and bad, right? They think that it's someone who's a willing participant because Web Weaver is a willing participant,
Yeah.
right? So in the show, Huey's playing Web Weaver, so they think he's like, oh yeah, we've done this before. Yeah, we know what we're gonna do, and you know what I mean. And
Yeah.
then Huey's just like, oh no, oh no, you know. So it's
And also just the overall commentary of the show is kind of like that tone deafness of people in power.
yeah.
And so it makes sense.
What's great about it is that when Kimiko starts like trying to torture Tech Knight,
Oh, because she drops her phone when she sneaks into the house.
no, she starts stabbing him in the leg, and he's like, "Oh yeah, do it
Oh.
again, baby." And
Oh,
she
you
like
said Tech
stabs
Knight,
him
yeah.
again. She's like, "Yeah, okay, I'll stab you again." And she stabs him again, and he's just loving it. And she's
Yeah.
like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Like,
I
and then
was thinking of the scene with A-Train.
yeah, so then they start taking his money away, and he's like, "What are you doing? No, don't do that!" Like, it's funny.
And sending his money to like various charities to help
Black Lives
like,
Matter.
Black Lives Matter.
100 million to Black Lives Matter, and he's like, "I'll kill you, you cunt." Oh fuck, dude, this show's gold.
And this episode really reinforces. I mean, it was your theory before I was like, yeah, I agree that A-Train is going to die and probably soon.
But he'll die as a hero.
Yeah, 100%.
Not a piece of shit.
Because he saves MM from the house because MM has like an extreme panic attack and passes out because of it. This is where I thought you were going with Kimiko being funny, like going through the library of just trying to like show book titles to say what she's trying to say because she drops her phone and so she can't like type it out and show A Train. Yeah.
Yeah. A-Train's had a pretty good character arc.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, they've been like hinting towards his demise, like for a while, especially this season, because he's like, "You guys are gonna get me killed," and they're like, "We need your help," and he helps them. But
And
yeah,
the
they're
first
probably gonna get him killed.
leak getting beaten to death, and then Homelander's like, "Oh, so that wasn't the leak," and comes after Firecracker, and then she just shows shows how far she's willing to go.
She'll do anything.
To find me, and now I know. What?
Anything.
Yeah.
Anything.
Well, he got his milk.
Yeah.
Wasn't Mother's. See what I did there? It wasn't clever.
Yeah.
It was not good. I'm sorry.
And then Huey has like a nervous breakdown.
Yeah.
But it's not funny.
No. It's
I started laughing because he's just like, you think he's talking about getting SA'd
yeah.
because he's just like sitting there with Starlight and he just starts crying and he's like, "I'm not okay," and I was
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, you're not okay. You just got fucking raped, you know," and
Yeah.
and then he goes and he brings up his dad and I was like, "Oh, less funny. That's less
Yeah.
funny."
It was like that was like the final straw
Mm-hmm.
for. I mean, he's been put through the ringer since season 1. You know, his girlfriend that he was wanting to propose to murdered. Everything.
Accidentally murdered, but yeah.
Well, he got his revenge on A Train, and now they're good. They shook on it.
They shook on it.
Yeah.
Spit shake.
Clap.
Hook Tua and shake on that thing.
Way to lighten that. That was good. This part of the conversation needed that.
Oh boy.
Anything else you want to mention from this episode?
Let's close her out.
Okay.
Close her out. But before we close out this episode, we are going to talk about our honorable mentions. Chad, what do you got?
Well, this week, obviously the latest episode of My Adventures with Superman. Kind of a bummer episode, if you ask me. Like, it wasn't a bad episode. It was just...
I haven't watched it yet.
Okay. Then I won't...
You can talk about it. I just haven't watched it yet.
Well, the entire episode is what was going on with Lois and Jimmy while Superman was in space with Kara and how they got to space.
Gotcha.
And they tried to like up the ante because Superman wasn't there. And it just wasn't my favorite. Not that I don't think that those characters are good enough to stand on their own in an episode. It just wasn't my favorite. And then I watched the most recent episode of The Acolyte. People are shitting all over. I know it's not the best.
How are you feeling about it?
Meh.
Yeah.
I like that they're bringing in... oh my god, I should have checked out what the showrunner's name was, but she's bringing in a lot of stuff from like the novels and stuff like that have not been a part of canon and making it canon, which is really, really cool. But I have no idea what the fuck's going on in the show at this point in time. Beyond that, like, yeah. And then I started rewatching Game of Thrones just because I'm
Nice.
really liking House of the Dragon, and it's not enough for just 1 hour a week. So I'm like, I'm going to start rewatching this show.
But
What about you? What do you have this week?
oh, we watched Tarot. It's terrible. Haha, see what I did there? It was really bad. It was basically Final Destination. These kids like get their tarot reading, and they start dying in the order that they got their tarot reading. It was stupid. I won't talk any more about it. Other than Ned was in it from Spider-Man. What's his name?
Oh, I feel so terrible.
Jacob. It's like, isn't it Jacob?
Jacob something.
No.
No,
Yeah?
I'm sure. I was trying to. Jacob Batalon.
Ah, okay. And then the other one that we watched was If, by John Krasinski, starring John Krasinski and Ryan Reynolds, Steve Carell, and among a million other people. It was very good. It was very heartwarming. It's an emotional movie, but not in a bad way. Like you don't like, I don't know, whatever. But the reason I wanted to bring this up is because they tie into Deadpool 2 in a very not so subtle way. Throughout spoiler alert, by the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Throughout the movie, Ryan Reynolds' character keeps tripping over an if. The ifs are imaginary friends. And he keeps tripping over one that you can't see. He's invisible. And his name is Keith. And every time Ryan Reynolds trips over him, he stands up and he goes, Keith! Like Keith is doing it on purpose. This is funny because you never see Keith. Keith has 0 lines in the entire movie. But in the credits of the movie, on Wikipedia and on IMDb, Keith is credited as being Brad Pitt. And if you know, in Deadpool 2, Brad Pitt plays, was it the Vanisher?
Yeah, Vanisher.
Yeah, and he has no lines. You don't see him until he gets electrocuted by the power lines. Didn't mean for that to rhyme. You could borrow that Eminem. But yeah, it was very, very funny. It was a cool tie-in because obviously Ryan Reynolds, Brad Pitt. Yeah. Anyways, it was a super good movie. I really enjoyed it. I didn't think I was going to like it as much as I did. But yeah, it was fantastic. So those are mine.
Well, awesome. It seemed like it was going to be Foster's House for the Imaginary Friends.
No, not quite. I mean, it's very similar. So the premise is that the imaginary friends start realize their kids that they originally paired with are growing up, and they're forgetting them. So then the imaginary friends, or the ifs, are gonna start fading away if nobody remembers them. So they want to try to pair them with new kids, but then the girl in the movie, I forget her name, very talented. Holy crap, that girl had me almost in tears. But she comes up with the idea that instead of pairing them with new kids on the block, that they just remind the original people that they were paired to about them. And then so it's a bunch of adults that are pairing up with their imaginary friends rather than children.
Okay.
It's cool. It was a fun movie.
Kaylee Fleming is the name of the...
Yeah, Fleming. That is what it was, yeah. Yeah, she did a really good job.
Awesome. I plan on watching it. I wanted to.
Yeah.
All right. Well, for our listeners, if you're still here, thank you. First off, please like, share, and subscribe wherever you find this podcast, whether it's YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts isn't a thing anymore. Wherever you find us, that would be awesome. If you want to become a premium subscriber, it does involve us getting your money, which I mean, we like that because then we can do more stuff. Check out buymeacoffee.com/allthingsnerd. If you don't want to do that on a monthly subscription, even though you get like behind the scenes and pre-show stuff, which is cool, we get it. Go to allthingsnerdpod.com, pick up some merch. That'd be rad too. Other than that, I mean, thank you so much. We love you. Thank you for sticking around, and this has been the All Things Nerd Podcast. Come check us out at Comic-Con.
Yay.